Pledge of Allegiance. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item on the agenda tonight is presentation of service awards to Mike Foreman and Vic Engel. I will turn it over to the mayor.
Gentlemen, if you come forward, please.
Couple young-looking guys.
Give you some bio on these two fine gentlemen here. We'll start with Auxiliary Lieutenant Vic Engel. He was an armor. He was served in the U.S. Army in armor. Driver, crewman, gunner, whatever.
I started out as a driver.
Okay.
Then went to become a gunner and then became a tank commander.
Tank commander. What was the breed of tank? Because it wasn't the M1A.
M60s.
The M60.
Yeah.
Okay. The version before the M1A.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 38 years of dedicated service as a member of the auxiliary. 38 years. Appointed in 1980, promoted to lieutenant of auxiliary in 1997, and also earned a certificate of appreciation from the chief of police in the village of Grand Rapids, Ohio in 1983. Vic Engel. Got to talk up now because Officer Mike Foreman served in the artillery. The artillery! What'd you do?
Bang. No, I was the number one man where we loaded the rounds.
So you're inside the trails?
Yeah.
With grabbing the gun and then and then throwing the canister, right?
Yeah, it just popped right out.
Popped right out and just grabbed it with the glove hand.
Yeah. No,
Always
he didn't use gloves. He just
just
picked
use
it through.
the tough way.
The tough.
Okay. That is a real live thing. I mean, the gun goes and you can watch the round go out of the tube. You know what you're looking for, and you're pulling armor. You're pulling those rounds out as fast as you can go. Fire for effect. Here we go.
200-pound rounds.
200-pound round. 23 years of full-time dedicated service to the city of Napoleon as a patrolman, as an officer. Also served the village of Delta and was an Napoleon auxiliary prior to being hired full-time. You spent your career in the patrol division, also on the bike patrol as well. Responsible for numerous community presentations, community policing events, reading programs in the schools, and also the newest program was Coffee with a Cop. Officer Mike Foreman. Sometimes words don't seem like enough. Sometimes words don't quite have the depth that you like. But when sometimes you combine words with actions, I think you have something. I think tonight we have something. Meaningful words. The oaths you both took. Raise your right hand. Those are words followed up by a lifetime of duty, a lifetime of service. And today we celebrate as two longtime Napoleon Police Department officers retire. And make no mistake, it's a day to celebrate, a day to rejoice, and a day to remember as a good day. Sometimes you have bad days in here. This is a good day. This is a good day. So first off, thank you. Thank you for spending the years with us. Thank you for volunteering to serve here, for answering the call to service. And those words, thank you, have meaning. Those words, thank you, are powerful words, and I'm glad I can express my sincere feelings with those. It takes a very special person to turn a day into a week, into a month, into a year, and ultimately into a career. It takes a special person to look at them when they're young, go through training, get on the force, get involved in the community. And as time goes along, stay trained, stay on the force, stay involved. And you know how else things are special? everybody in this room thinks you're special. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool. For your careers, you were the front of the shield, often the first to arrive on the scene, or the one rating when about a scene or situation, and doing so in such a manner, such a tone of voice, as to assure that help is on the way, or help is already here. And for that, for so much more, we thank you. We thank you for your devotion to duty, your service to the Napoleon Police Department, and we thank you for your dedication to the city of Napoleon. So please, one more time, join me in giving these guys a nice round of applause. We're blessed here in the city of Napoleon to have Soaring Arts Studio, and Councilwoman Sinclair helped me get these made for you guys. So there's one, and there's one more. So it's the shoulder badge. Am I thinking this right, gentlemen?
Shoulder patch.
Shoulder patch? Okay, excuse me. So I thought those are really, really special. We also have some more things, so I'm gonna take these back because I put some more stuff here. So we'll do auxiliary first. Can you hold that? So this is a dedication to Vic. It says we're proud of your 38 years of service, outstanding service as a member of the Napoleon Police Auxiliary. Wish you the best for continued success, and most importantly, we pray you have a peaceful and relaxation in the months and years to come. Congratulations, Napoleon Police Department. You take it out of the box. Yep. Maybe you don't break it. No, so I'm not touching this. Here we go.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's very good. Thank you for that.
yeah.
We also have a shadow box.
Oh,
Vic, on behalf of the auxiliary, as well as your sword, your badge, and everything you wore on your uniform, we appreciate everything.
oh, this is outstanding. Thank you very much. I'll treasure this
You
forever.
good? Terry, you good? Okay. Other people, come get your pictures.
Sneak in there. The cheese.
All right, are we good? Okay. Get that back in that box. We don't have to run away out in the snow. Macy's World, appreciate that. All right. Okay. Put that right in there like that. Nothing matters. How you want to do it. All right. And next we have Patrolman Foreman. His reads, in appreciation for over 23 years of loyal, dedicated service to the people of the city of Napoleon, we, the members of the NPD, present this to you in recognition of your many years of sacrifice and service. Forever family of the Thin Blue Line.
Mike, this is your shoulder, your badge, and your collar brass as well. So I appreciate everything.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
The right stuff, the original.
Yeah, it was the original. We cleaned it up.
From day one.
From day one. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I didn't know it lasted that long.
It's been polished a couple of times.
All right.
Thank you.
We're not gonna hear this easy. So you got 4 words for us.
What's that?
Gotta say a couple words to us.
Oh, wow. Does it seem possible? Wow, thank you. It's my honor. My honor. Thank you.
Yep, Vic, you gotta say one last thing.
I just want to thank everyone for letting me serve the Napoleon Police Department in the city of Napoleon, with all the folks that at all the basketball games, football games. It's been a real pleasure, and no one made me crawl in that uniform. I did it on my own, and I loved every minute of it, almost.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome back, Dave, to show us how to salute. You always gotta welcome back and show us how to salute.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah. I'm gonna get this.
All right.
Whatever you guys want to do, whatever you guys want to do, absolutely, yes. Yep.
Round everyone up, we'll take a department photo for.
Yeah, right.
Come on up, guys. How you doing? Oh, sorry. Mike, Mike. Oh, gosh.
This is a good picture, this is a good day. Alphabetically by height, please. Yeah. Alphabetically by height.
Now would be a good time to rob someplace.
Yes, RS right here. RS and the two shorts. Group in.
Yeah. They know, they know.
Come on, before we get up front. Where's the big?
Foreman and Vic, you're up front. There's no way getting out of that one.
Jeez. Just look at it, camera. Good. Gina?
Before you leave, we don't get to do this very often, you all are here, so let us thank you for all you do for us every day.
Sorry, Steve. Jeez. Brown's always posting stuff. Yeah, yeah. Gosh. What the heck?
I know.
Pastor DeWitt, how come you didn't come forward?
Who let Gina in here?
It's a good day.
Who let you in here? Who let you in here?
I welcome you with open arms, I'm just saying that.
Okay, item D on the agenda is approval of minutes from the January 7th council meeting and the special January 17th council meeting. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the minutes will stand approved. Item E, citizens' communications. Anybody left here that has anything they would like to say that doesn't relate to an item already on the agenda? Okay. Reports from council committees. Electric committee met on January 14th, 2019. Travis?
Yes, we approved the power cost adjustment factor for January of 2019.
Okay, thank you. Water, Sewer, Refuge, and Recycling Litter Committee, scheduled for January 14th, was canceled at direction of the chair. Municipal Properties, Land Use, and Education Committee met on January 14th. Lori?
Yes, we tabled some discussion on Claremont Avenue proposal from Napoleon Area Schools and recommended Just Bush Investments LLC CRA agreement to council.
Okay, thank you. And Parks and Recreation Committee did not meet this evening due to lack of agenda items. Okay, going on to item H, introductions of new ordinances or resolutions. Number 1, Resolution 002-19, a resolution authorizing the approval and execution of the operations and maintenance service agreement between the City of Napoleon and American Municipal Power Incorporated. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Mr. City Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Council President. This first item on the agenda, under item H, is a resolution to approve the entering into an operations and maintenance agreement with AMP. This is the first read of the item. We are in contact with AMP right now, trying to get a few technical clarifications on some items that are related to the equipment and who's maintaining what and what manner we have to maintain it. Also, there will be some procedural items that will need to be put in place on our end to make sure that we can follow through on what we say we're going to do per the contract. But basically, we're doing the same things that we were doing before. This is for the Northside Substation. These are for the assets that we sold to AMP. And so basically, we'll be maintaining the equipment that we once owned in the same manner. In this case, we'll be being compensated for it. So requesting first read.
Okay. Any other comment or discussion?
The assumption is the technical changes will not have a material effect on the legislation, right?
Correct. The operations and maintenance agreement is substantially complete, and we're just looking to get clarification right now.
Okay.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Lori.
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, that passed on first read. Number 2, Resolution 003-19, a resolution authorizing the city manager of the City of Napoleon, Ohio, to complete all acts necessary for the sale of certain property owned by the City of Napoleon, Ohio, to the Napoleon area schools, to wit, recording equipment previously used to fulfill the NCTV contract between the city and the Napoleon area schools, and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Mr. City Manager.
Thank you. This item is related to the letter that we received from the Napoleon area schools, and after several discussions about their performance with the contract that we had with them in airing the NCTV and airing the council meetings on the broadcast channel. They've indicated that they are no longer capable of providing a reliable service to air the council meetings, and would like to dissolve the partnership. But there are some items. Now, the City of Napoleon owns all of the equipment, as we discussed at the last meeting. Here's the list of items that, the items on the top are the items that they would like to keep. They would like to keep these items to just maintain the program that they do have. And they still do use the equipment for announcements and other items too. So this is the price that they had researched and gave us for this used equipment. You know, we looked it up, and yeah, it's possible we could put it on Gov Deals and maybe get a marginal amount more, or there's a possibility that we get less for it or we don't sell it. It's my recommendation that we move forward with the sale of this equipment to the school so that we don't interrupt their services that they provide internally, and really the city, we don't have any use for this equipment at this time.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion?
The only other part of this is that the items below, these will be returned. If we don't have a use for them, we'll put them on gov deals and see if we can sell them. So, some of it is, as you can see, end of life, may have some value, may not. So we'll do our best to get what we can out of it if we don't need it.
Thank you. Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff Bem?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to resolution number 004-19, a resolution authorizing a Community Reinvestment Act CRA agreement between the City of Napoleon, Ohio and Janmar Properties LLC within Napoleon CRA number 6 and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Mr. City Manager once again.
Thank you. This is the first read for the CRA agreement that was discussed in the last council meeting. We received an application for, and this pertains to the old West School property. 34 units are planned for residential development, and the developers requested 50% CRA tax abatement for 10 years. And requesting first read, unless there's any other questions.
Anything else? Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff Bem?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
Okay, resolution number 005-19, a resolution authorizing the Community Reinvestment Area CRA agreement between the City of Napoleon, Ohio and MSG Investments LTC within Napoleon CRA District number 6 and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Joel?
Thank you. This, again, is first read item. This project, the same applies. The developer has requested, a different developer has requested a CRA tax abatement for 10 years, 50%. This would be for an apartment complex being constructed on Trail Drive. And requesting first read unless there's any other questions.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff Bem?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 006-19, a resolution authorizing a Community Reinvestment Area CRA agreement between the City of Napoleon, Ohio and Rio, did I say that right? LLC.
REIDI, R-E-I-O.
Okay. What you said, within the city of, within Napoleon CRA number 7 and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved. Second.
Sir?
Thank you. And this is the third CRA agreement that was discussed at the last council meeting. This one is for, and just to clarify, the previous two are commercial projects, items number 3 and number 4, but they're residential in nature. This one is a true commercial project and is retail in nature. So they have requested CRA tax abatement for 50% for 15 years as opposed to 10 years. So that's how the application came in, and that is how the agreement is written. So that's all I have, unless anybody else has any questions.
Is the length of term related to the fact that it's not residential, or is it, is one more common to each type? No.
You know,
just
It's
whatever.
related to the type of work that's being done. I
Okay.
didn't bring the chart with me, but we check the Department of Development site every time when we look at these things, and they have certain rules by statute that say for this type of development is for this percentage for this amount of years, and every application that comes in is for the max percentage for the max term, and gone so far, so.
Thanks.
Yep.
Other questions? Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance number 007 dash, excuse me, 19, an ordinance approving the amendment of section 195.04, rule 4.16, examination grading methods, and 195.07, adding rule 7.20, lateral transfer of the civil service code of the city of Napoleon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Do I call on you or the Civil Service Commission?
I'll kick us off here. One item, just so I don't forget, is that we're gonna request suspension of the rules on this item. Wanted to thank Billy for reacting quickly to this, so we can get it on the agenda. This item, we've been researching for several weeks now, and this actually came up from both chiefs, Chief Mack and Chief O'Brien, we were thinking about this from the last time we hired a police officer. And, you know, we have some statistics that we'll share with you that'll kind of emphasize why we feel there's a need for this. And, but we discussed this with both unions, both are in agreement, and would like to see this advanced also. So everybody's in agreement, so we got to this point, we took it to the Civil Service Commission on January 8th, and the Civil Service Commission approved of the language changes. Right now, what I'll do is I'll turn it over to Laney to go over the language changes that are presented before you.
The first one that's the quickest to go over is we did change, for police, before they had, in there that candidates that have been certified by the Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy within 1 year of the closing date of the posting will not be required to take a physical agility test. We changed that to 2 years to match fire, because fire, they get a firefighter mile card, and that's good for 2 years. So we kind of just wanted to mimic it on both sides. And then the other one is the lateral transfer. And like Joel said, Chief came to me to look into it. They wanted to broaden the pool of applicants to apply and to gain some experience in the departments, because both of them are younger departments and feel like it would be beneficial to them to have somebody coming in with already some years of experience. And how we did that is we would only count the person's most recent previous job for years of service. And it would only be to calculation of pay and vacation accrual only. It wouldn't affect anybody else's seniority for like layoff, recall, overtime, etc. So it's only to calculate what pay they come in at and what vacation accrual they would start accruing that first year.
Can you give an example? Somebody worked at Delta for 3 years, and they applied Napoleon. They would start accruing vacation time at the 3-year mark and be paid at that C-step. Am I missing anything in that, Chief or Lane?
And that time of hire, because what's in the contract currently is they have to wait a year before they can start taking vacation. Again, trying to attract people, that's not going to attract people to apply to go a year without vacation. So for police, they would get 2 weeks of vacation at date of hire, and fire would get 48 hours to use that first year as they're accruing at whatever rate they come in.
So if in both departments, basically, we're looking at a way to try to acquire some applicants with some experience instead of starting fresh.
Right.
Chief, you had some numbers that we were going to share about, the hiring process and the current.
I got civil service here too, and I want to thank you guys for, I wasn't at your last meeting, but I do appreciate we've made a lot of changes over the last year trying to attract people, and civil service has been extremely supportive in that effort, and council as well, and I want to thank you all for that. One of the things after the short version of what we've been trying to do is, I was contacted personally by a couple applicants, I'll call them potential applicants, when we were hiring the last time. We've been working short, we've been working short since about June with Mike Foreman's illness. The last time we were hiring, I had a couple applicants call me, they were coming from other departments and were interested in our department. In the end, they did not apply, they didn't take our testing. And one of the things, just in talking to the one specifically that we talked about was they just couldn't afford to take the pay cut, they've already had a family, things like that. So I started looking at my department, because we're in a state transition. To summarize it, to kind of give you a ballpark, with the loss of Mike Foreman, my most senior officer right now has got 11 years on the job. The next guy underneath him, essentially my number 2, has 7 years. And I currently have 2 officers working for me that have less than 1 year's experience on the job. So we're a very young department, and with that, out of my command staff, we're sitting at 22, 21, 18, and 10 years. So essentially, I've got 4 out of 5 of my command officers that are, that are able to take over the department with 20 plus years on as well. So I'm looking at, the next 10 years type of thing, next 15 years for our department. When I started looking at our nature of our hiring process, I've got 2 guys I can say came from a Williams County agency. They were working part-time there. They probably worked there a year or 2. I don't know off the top of my head. They're 2 of my most senior guys. And other than that, I've got 2 guys that worked for literally a hot minute at a department out of the academy, like less than a year type of thing. They just, went to an agency to get their certificate, and then they moved to us right away. So at most, if I counted everybody's experience, I've got 4 guys that have got any kind of department experience other than my own. So the ones that we have with us, we're hiring straight out of the academy, and we're starting with 0 years on the job. So I'm trying to gain some more experience for our officers on the street. Everything from management standpoint to just being able to not have a bunch of rookies that have a year or less on the road at the same time. So that's kind of the dilemma I walked into, that we're trying to think outside the box and say, how can we recruit some of those individuals that might have a few years on the job somewhere.
It's a risk management tool. The more experienced officers you get, the less rookie mistakes they make. They're called rookie mistakes for a reason.
We're spending a tremendous amount of money and time training people right
Right.
now. With all the same basic classes. Yep.
Bill and Megan from the Civil Service Commission are here. I don't know if you guys wanted to say anything.
Everything's pretty much been said. But we definitely
agree.
support
We want
what's
more
going on here.
experience
Yeah.
and whatever's best for the community.
Yeah, and you see it, you live it when we go through the hiring process.
Right.
So thanks for being here.
Yeah. And we understand that the fire department's also very young in a very similar type of situation, so.
Yeah, here's a stat. I talked to Clayton before. He couldn't make it today because he had a water line break in his house, so.
Oh.
Yeah. More and more departments are doing this, is what he's finding out. But how long has he been chief? Do you know, Mayor? 4 years, 5 years?
Oh, at the most 4.
At the most 4.
Yeah.
He's hired every single full-time employee in the department. Except for Joel Fry, who came in at the exact same time he did.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
put that in perspective.
Yeah.
And that's how, a lot of them have, part-time experience and things like that, but, same thing. We're spending a lot of time training people, a lot of money training people too, that are coming in. So, I mean, it's a start to try to get, recruit more experience and
That's fine.
kind of save ourselves some of the headaches, so. Again, we're requesting suspension too in this legislation.
Any other comments?
But we were just saying, like, if you think about it, it's the risk we're taking with such a young, and Mayor mentioned this, having so many young, unexperienced rookie, you're more likely, not necessarily, but more likely to make a mistake in the heat of the moment. So if we have those experienced people, they can take them under their wing and teach them. So in the grand scheme of things, it's going to help us out as a community.
You know what I noticed too? When we hired Kevin Schulteis full-time, his experience had a big impact on our department too.
Yeah, to speak of Kevin instantly, I mean, theoretically, what's been standard at our agency is anywhere between a 10 and 12 week training period. teal training period. That doesn't mean they've got everything, but that just means they're shadowing another officer. So you add that to our advertisement, you add that to the interview process, and we're looking somewhere in the area of 25 weeks, and that's if we act on the job opening almost immediately. With Kevin, for instance, we brought him in, and it took about a day because of his experience. That day was spent on how do you operate our software. He's already, of course, he came from the area, as we all know, so he knew our radio and that type of thing. A lot of familiarity there, and we were very lucky to have him in that spot. But he got us out of a real tight bind. But just having his experience on the road allowed us the opportunity to move forward with very little training. So.
And Kevin now is solely in code enforcement now, right?
He is working code enforcement, yes. Yes.
Okay, anything else?
It'll save us money in the long run, too.
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, is there a motion for suspension?
So moved.
Well, there's, take your pick, Ken or Jeff, so the other one would be the second.
Okay.
Okay, call the roll on suspension?
Jeff M.,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay. We've already had the motion, right? Yeah. So call the roll on the motion?
Jeff M.,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay. And there is no second read. Third read, ordinance number 086-18, an ordinance amending Chapter 955 of the Codified Code of Ordinances of the City of Napoleon, Ohio, to add Section 955.09S regarding organizational golf outing fees. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. City Manager?
Thank you. This is the final read, got no new comments or anything. This is just to standardize our fees for golf outings for everyone.
Any additional discussion? Okay, call the roll.
Jeff M.,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, that takes care of ordinances. We'll now go on to good of the city. And item number 1, discussion action PSCAF for January 2019, the 3-month average factor of 0.02197, and then JV2 at 0.036239, and JV5 at 0.036239. Motion?
I didn't get that. Could you read it again?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Jeff. And second by Travis. Any discussion?
No new discussion. That was outside of the electric committee meeting, other than Chris and I and Lori will be meeting with John Courtney. This is the 3rd year of the since we've done a rate study, and we'd like to just kind of brush up a little bit and with John Courtney to see where we're at, and then maybe look in the future when a new finance director is hired to see if we want to go through and do the 3rd year rate review. Might be good timing with the new director. That way they can learn the how we operate our electric utility rates.
Okay. Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, discussion of action on CRA agreement for Just Bush Investments LLC. That's, do I need a motion?
We can do discussion first.
Okay, Joel?
We received an application for another CRA agreement. This property is for the former senior center. Steve and Julie Bush, the owners of the Armory, have purchased the former senior center. They are requesting, since this is a pre-1994 CRA agreement, or this is in a pre-1994 CRA zone, the agreement, under the rules, it's required that it be 100% tax abatement for up to 12 years. They have requested 10 years in their application. So we've drafted the agreement as such. They came to the Municipal Properties Committee meeting and kind of gave an idea of what's to come for the building. They've also discussed the reason why they're requesting tax abatement is that the property is, building is from the 1930s. You know, they're gutting it, but they're realizing that there are certain building codes that have to comply with that weren't grandfathered in when they took ownership, and some other hidden gems in the building that they're having to fix. So those are the main reasons why they've come forward and discussed it at the Municipal Properties Committee. Requesting council direct the law director to draft legislation to enter into an agreement with Jim Bush Investments under those terms and conditions.
Okay, Mr. Law Director,
That's correct.
would you draft that legislation?
I will.
Do you need anything else in order to do that, sir?
A motion.
Well, I have a motion to direct him to draft such legislation.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 3, on hold. Just leave it set. No action. Okay. Item number 4, purchase of police vehicle off of state contract. Mr. City
Thank
Manager.
you, Council President Pro Tem. I'm just going to turn it right over to you, Chief.
Okay. Essentially, there is no state contract this year, which is one of the situations we're running into for the police vehicle is Ford is doing a body switch. So you can't order 2019s currently. It's been our understanding from statewide, which is kind of been our outfitter, that you can't even place an order until June-ish, roughly is what they're thinking. So delivery would be in the latter part of the year at the earliest. There was, I'm told, another price increase as well with the 2020 models. As I was discussing the new vehicle with her this year, what she did tell me is, Natasha, which has kind of been our sales rep, they statewide has thought ahead, knowing that a lot of agencies didn't have money in 2018 to buy 2019 vehicles. So they purchased roughly 250 cars, I was told, outfitted them with some standard equipment, and they're selling them for a set price, basically allowing us to get 2019 models in the beginning of the year. That's what I'm here to ask, whether I could have permission. I am. She gave me a quote. Is that in the packets? I don't know if they have it.
You know what?
I do have a quote that she gave me that is all of the equipment that they would give us, plus the few items that we would have to have that to make it fit the rest of our vehicles, you know, as a standard issue type of thing. That quote is current, is couple $1,000 underneath. I want to say close to $4,000 underneath my budget amount right now. And I guess that's what I'm asking is, it is the most local dealer. It is the dealer that we've been dealing with for the last numerous years statewide.
So there are no state contract numbers this year, is that correct?
That is my understanding.
Do you believe this would be in the best interest of the city to
I do.
go forward with this? Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So this is still statewide out of Van Wert then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's who we've been buying from. It's just without a state contract, we kind of left in no man's land or waiting until June to see what that price and order type of thing, if I couldn't do this. I think I'm under budget. I do think it's for the best.
Okay.
Make a motion, we accept statewide's bid.
Second.
Any additional discussion?
We'll still need legislation to purchase this vehicle in this manner.
So this is what we're doing, the motion now is to draft
To draft
legislation, right?
legislation.
That's what
Sure.
this legislation.
That's what I heard him say.
That's
Will you
what I
correct
heard him
that,
say.
sir?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I seconded.
You okay? Trevor?
Yeah, that's what I seconded.
Okay.
If we don't do this, we have to put out for bid,
So we
right?
can bid, we can state contract, or if the city finds that the police chief's analysis is correct and this is in the best interest of the city to go forward in this manner,
Right,
then we can do that.
right. Okay, I have no problem with that, that's the other option we have, is to bid it out.
That's what it'll say in the legislation.
Yeah.
It'll say that this council finds it in the city's best interest to pursue this purchase as opposed to a bid, or there's no state contract, but that's in our ordinances as well.
Yeah,
that
The
we can-
interstate contract would be a 2020 model year.
Yeah.
right.
But that's
No,
not,
It would not be for this,
but that's not current. There's nothing that we can use currently.
not for 19, not
Okay.
for until
Right.
it's statewide.
And if we don't,
You'd
if
be
we,
directing me, you would be finding it in the best interest of the city to pursue this purchase, and you would be directing me to draft legislation that says as much.
right, so if we do it the other way and we bid it, and we take the time to bid it, those 250 vehicles could be gone.
They could be
And we
gone.
could be really behind the Powerball,
Yeah.
right? Power curve, yeah,
The last, and I emailed Natasha this morning, today.
right,
I haven't, as of coming down to council meeting, I haven't had a response. She was already down to 100, roughly the last conversation I had with her, right first week of January-ish. So that's kind of why I brought it to you as fast as I could,
time to move,
once we have the budget set.
yeah.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 5 under discussion and action, purchase of a garbage truck off of state contract. Joel, or is that going back to Chad?
Back to Jeff Rathke.
Yeah, well, we discussed this during budget, and, the refuse packer trucks that we have right now are, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had to weld a floorboard on one of them, right? One of the windshields is broken on one of them, and it's 2005?
We don't want that, no.
2003. I knew it was close. So it's 2003, I mean, this is well beyond its,
Yeah.
lifespan, so.
I can't believe it's in the city.
We're within budget.
And so was this a state contract, is that correct?
The truck as well as the outfitting of it will all be through the contractor on the state contract, so.
So money's already appropriated, simple motion will suffice?
Simple motion would suffice because we have it in the budget.
Okay.
Second.
So is this to draft legislation, or is this
Simple motion.
simple motion? Okay. Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, then item number 6, purchase of a large dump truck off of state contract. Jeff, anything else on that?
That's a 2002, and just a lot of electrical problems being that old already, and we're under budget again, budgeted amount, and that is also on the SDS contract, state contract.
And that money's already appropriated as well? Okay,
So the
simple
same,
motion.
Mr. Law Director, as before?
Simple motion.
Okay. So do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, item number 7, discussion action, request to apply for Firehouse Subs Grant and the State of Ohio EMS tablet grant. Mr. City Manager.
Thank you. The first item is the Firehouse Subs Grant. Chief O'Brien
I saw that and I
has
got hungry.
researched some grants, and Firehouse Subs actually will award grants to certain fire and rescue departments. And what we're going to apply for are the kind of fill some gaps in what we consider to be special hazards. In other words, some equipment to respond to active shooter situations, water rescues, streamlights, and a drone, so that we can apply for up to $25,000. Those are the items that we'll put in the application for that item. And under the State of Ohio EMS tablet grant, this is, we're looking to apply for tablets for a patient care reporting system. And they have it out there. We'll apply for it, see if we can get something out of it. It's not a requirement of the grant to apply, to have a council approval, but I think I was instructed that council would like to see the applications come before applications get submitted when possible. I mean, that's not always possible. Sometimes these applications come out and deadlines are due, quick turnaround, and we kind of have to come in after the fact. But so I guess we don't have to have a motion unless we're required to have one. But
Not that I'm aware of. This is the first time hearing of this one, though, so I don't know.
Okay. The grant doesn't require it, but just want to make sure that you're informed that.
Would you like a motion?
That if, yeah.
I think it wouldn't hurt, I don't think it would hurt the application if there was.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, item 8, discussion and action, memorandum of understanding for police and fire contracts. Joel?
Thank you. This is in relation to what we just talked about previously about the ordinance 007-19, approving the rule changes for the Civil Service Commission. These changes then require changes into both fire and police union contracts. This was reviewed by Billy and Clemens and Nelson to make sure that we're just compliant with the rule changes, and we'll have to enter into an MOU per the contract to make sure that these changes are in. We've discussed it in labor management meetings with both unions. Everybody's in agreement, so requesting a motion to approve of both of these memorandums.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Item 8, discussion action following financial disclosure statements.
Did you want me to? Oh, yeah, okay. This is an annual item for council and the mayor. Let me just find the Ohio Ethics Commission requires that you file with them. I think is there a standard form?
Yeah.
That normally, I don't know how you did it last year. You can either fill out a hard copy or you can fill it out online and give it to Rox, and she'll make sure that it gets taken care of, and the city pays for the filing
Yeah.
fee for this item, so.
And the deadline?
And the deadline
For there is May 15th, but we can be a lot sooner than that.
Well, actually, I think it's the 8th of April.
That sounds more accurate,
Yeah.
because that seemed late to me.
Yeah, before the primary, it's Monday, April 8th, so.
But it needs to be there by the 8th,
Yeah,
so.
and I don't know
either-
how, with fee too,
Right.
if you have to have the fee in also, so. But
Just
if we
have them
could
here by
it
the 1st of March.
By March
Well,
31st,
the second meeting in March, which we discussed, was the 18th.
the 18th.
Yeah. And that would give Roxanne time to get everything prepared and ready.
And this is-
March 18th.
And this is to cover 2018.
Correct.
If you're not done by then, you pay it for yourself.
Well, if you pay it for yourself, we'll reimburse you.
No, but because right now, if we get them on the 18th, the city will send them all down together.
Yes.
You take them, you turn them in after that, you're on your own to send them in and pay for it yourself. There's your stick and your carrot to get them done by March the 18th. Make sense?
Anything else?
No, that's sit with that.
45 days away.
No motion or anything needed on this.
I think it might have filled out
Standard
already.
procedure.
Should have everything done, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I printed
And
it
item
last year.
10, discussion action, acceptance of $50 donation to K-9 unit from Betty Ward.
Here's the check. Betty Ward did donate $50 to the K-9 unit. So-
Okay, do I have a motion to accept?
So moved. Second.
Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff M.
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Jeff C.
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay, with that, we will go around the table, starting with Joel.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I got a little more talking to do. But not anywhere but here. The CIC has sent out the invitation for the annual meeting and reception. It's on February 20th, it's a Wednesday. That's on the same day as the AMP board meeting, so I won't be able to attend, but usually it's, we get one table and there's 6 people that go. So if you could, let me or Amanda Griffith know if you're be attending, and I don't know how you know, we have more people than seats, so I don't know, how did we handle it in the past?
Well, we should go, because we're on the CIC board. I think Lori should
I
go,
plan on
since she's
going.
the Muni Props chair. So those 3 should go for sure, and after that.
I've got class that night. Teach.
I'm on Muni Props, I'd like to go as well.
Perfect. There's 4 of us. Ken? I'll do it. There's 5. Is Joe, it'd be good if,
Joe's on Muni?
Jeff, you can go if you want, or would you drag Joe along since the council president?
That's quite all right with me.
Okay,
Okay, there's our list. So
All right,
yeah.
you got that?
got it,
You sure?
check.
Okay.
And if there's a 7th seat, we'll drag Jeff Calmado along too.
Yeah, there you go.
You can sit on Joe's lap.
The second item is, you know, I put this out here, we've got, you know, we had our first snow emergency of the year, so of course, things get a little,
Mayor, at least we weren't like Wood County.
What's that?
Said at least we weren't like Wood County.
Yeah, it was nice and
Wood County
melted
declared no
there and no
emergencies.
snow and Utopia there.
Is that right?
Yeah, they didn't declare anything.
Is that right?
He never does.
Oh, okay.
He never does.
You-
Bowling Green did, but Wood County
On the
didn't.
news tonight.
well, this is a little faded, but here's the, you know, level 1s, level 2s, and level 3s. Level 1s are basically an announcement saying that the roads are hazardous, be careful, be cautious, and know that plows are on the streets. And be mindful that, you know, it would be very nice and courteous of people if they would not park on the streets. On level 2s, and we have the ability to call our own snow emergencies in the city limits, and the county, but calling it in the county rests in the sheriff's hands. So we called a level 1 snow emergency, what the county did this time, and this is just to help get notification out and awareness, because we had crews out on the streets plowing, and it was looking like it was gonna get a little worse. So we called it internally to help our crews out. We put an announcement out to encourage people to not park on the streets, and I think it worked out pretty well. We had, I think, 400 shares of that post alone, and a lot of comments, so at least people were reading it. And I think it helped because there weren't a lot of, I think the road crews did a great job of clearing the streets of snow. Level 3 is a bit different. It's for only emergency personnel traveling to and from work, snow removal personnel, or infrastructure personnel, like, you know, water main breaks and things like that. Anybody that has a life-threatening emergency, people removing their vehicle from snow emergency route or zone, and any authorized personnel from the county sheriff or NPD. that's it. So if it came to a level 2, and by the way, in a level 2, have we towed people in the past? I don't think we've towed people since I've been here, but we have the ability to tow people during a level 2 on snow routes.
Yes, and we do everything we can to not do that. It's a last resort type of thing until in my years, we've worked around it, and I don't remember ever, if it was a single or two, one or two maybe times in 24 years. But it does give us the authority then to at least allow vehicles to move around downtown to clear snow in a major way, so.
And just so you know, snow routes are the priority 1 and 2 routes. I know everybody can see this so clearly, so I'll try to zoom in, make it a little more clear. But at least to get an idea of, you know, what we consider, what's in red is a priority 1, what's in yellow is a priority 2, and everything in green is priority 3. So our snow routes are the red and yellow roads. We can put this information in your packets, so in case you're asked, then you have the answers. And we'll make sure, Rox, is that okay? We can get this in the packet for this Friday, so you have it. Hopefully we won't need it, but if we do, you know, you're armed with all the information.
May I add something real quick?
Yep.
If you're asked, I mean, whether, if we're under a level 1 even, if we can get anyone off the street that would help our crews out, you know, big truck trying to go down a Wellstead Street or a Main Street type of thing and in and out of cars is huge. There are parking sections also that we have to start enforcing when the cars haven't moved in so many hours after the snowfall, so in case you're wondering or you get phone calls on that. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Jeff and Chad. That's all I have.
Billy?
Nothing from me.
Ken?
Just a question. The money that we realized from the sale of the NCTV equipment, would that be used to pay for the camera in the room here?
Actually, since we didn't enter into a contract with them, or we didn't renew the contract with them, typically the contract was $18,000 a year. So of that $18,000 we didn't spend, we used to purchase that, which was roughly $5,000. So roughly $5,000 to get it, you know, that's hook up and everything. This will be the first, I forgot to mention, so thanks for bringing it up. This will be the first meeting that's actually posted to the YouTube site. The sale of the equipment actually goes back to, is a general fund account, so that'll drop back into the general fund. Thanks.
And a good job on the streets. I took a drive around early yesterday morning. Good shape.
You made great strides Sunday morning, early Sunday morning,
Yes.
Saturday night.
Once the snow stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff?
Just to echo what Joel and Ken said, great job, Jeff, to your people for what they've done and did a good job out there. Thank you. If you're bored on Saturday, the Napoleon Alive is having the Winterfest at the Armory, 7 to 11 p.m. Tickets are available at the door. It's a good time. Good fundraiser for Napoleon Alive.
That band's dissolving.
That is the last show for the band Unpaved. There's the last, so hopefully we'll fill the house. So.
They are disbanding?
Yes.
That's my neighbor.
Thank you, that's all.
Travis?
Just like to re-echo thanks to the troops for getting everything cleared out, and so appreciate it.
Anything else?
That's it.
Mayor?
We have next Monday a personnel committee potential meeting to review applications for city finance director. That was scheduled in the evening, however, the Napoleon Area School District is having a informational meeting for potential candidates for the superintendent. And I believe Joel got invited, I think, city manager got invited, so did I.
Chief Mack.
Chief Mack could. Starts that Monday at 6. I was wondering if we could do a personnel committee at basically noon on that Monday. Would that work or not?
I would need to check, but
So for right now, the personnel will meet, the agenda should be just meet, go into executive session. That's pretty much what we're gonna do, because it'll all be an executive session stuff, so. It can be a public meeting if someone wants to sit and watch, people leave the room and then come back later, that's fine, but that's what we're gonna do, so. Tentatively scheduled for noon on, Monday, the 28th. And if we need to make a change, we'll let you know in plenty of time to get it out. That's what we're doing on that day. The number of candidates right now is very slim. It's a shallow pool, so we're still looking for additional candidates. I think we have, would you say, Laney, 4? Yeah. And there's a couple more out there at least. Hopefully we'll get close to double digits, and we can do a nice review on Monday the 28th. Obviously, it's also hopefully dependent on Councilman Belaruki being back at that time too. But that's where we'll sit right now. It's kind of our plan going forward, so. Also, what everybody else has said about the roads, great job there. Next, full council meeting will be the State of the City on the 4th of February. So, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank you for this work on the streets. On my little street, I saw plows down there more than once, so I was thoroughly impressed. So good job. Safety and Human Resources, do we have an agenda for next Monday or not?
Do we have an item on that? Yes, we do.
For Safety and Human Resources?
Yep. Laney will be here to discuss that item, and I was planning on attending the superintendent.
So,
But it was the item that we talked about in budget with the water plant assistant superintendent position.
is there, who's on finance here?
Joe's the chair.
Is there a finance meeting for next Monday?
Chris, do you have any agenda items for it?
No, not at this
I
time.
don't. So,
Roxanne, why don't we move that up to 7 then?
7 o'clock?
Safety and Human, I know we can't in February because that's, townships, but let's move that up to 7 for next Monday.
Okay.
You can go 6:30 if you wanted to, Dan.
7's okay.
Okay.
I need time to get off work.
Understand?
It's so easy. Okay. The only other thing then that I had is I'd like to have an executive session for compensation of personnel. Jeff?
Good job, Rat. Tell the boys. There is still an issue. I seen it last night when I was traveling around town. 415 West Clinton Street, Dave. There's a black Nissan or whatever it is, Kia, parked in front of the fire hydrant. Numerous times I go by there and that sucker's there, and I just wanna call or somebody, but if there's a fire, they're not gonna use that hydrant.
We'll take a look at it.
Sure. And I might as well tell everybody right now that because of PRS stuff and insurance purposes, I'm pulling my name for running for city council for this next year. So December 31st will be my last day. Once things become of age, like when I turn 65, I plan on running for council again, because I go under a different system. But when you only make $7.20 for doing something like this, it's not worth it.
Watch this. You aren't 65 already?
No. 2 years.
You can have my seat in 2 years when the time comes.
You know what? That's already been mentioned.
Oh, anything else, Mr. Commodore?
No.
Okay, Lori?
Nope, just thank you for the work on the streets. I didn't have one single complaint today at work, and thanks for the good job on communication, because I definitely noticed fewer cars parked on Park Street, and I assume that was all to get the plows down there, so it was nice. Good job.
Madam Finance Director? Interim Finance Director?
We are officially in 2019 in the finance department.
Cool.
We have fulfilled our 18, and we're looking forward to a prosperous 19.
Chris, usually the books are rolled by the 15th. You're a person short with Greg being gone. You guys are done doing the rolling on the 17th or 18th?
18.
18th.
Yeah.
So the main person being gone, still got it done just 3 days late. That's a great job of the whole staff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, can I have a motion to go into executive session for compensation of personnel?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Roxanne, call the roll.
Jeff Bell?
Yes?
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
5 minutes.
5-minute break if you need to. Okay, do I have a motion to come out of executive session for compensation of personnel?
So moved.
We have Ken and Jeff C. Rox, call the roll.
Jeff M?
Yes?
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
No action was taken. Approval and payment of bills. Jeff, comment on?
What's the overtime situation going on right now?
It's gonna probably come to a halt
All right.
for a little bit. We do have extended hours during tax time, but that's not till April.
Okay.
Is that what
And
you're?
you?
So far, we haven't been hit by it, it's forthcoming.
Okay.
The dispatch
Um,
vacancies, but we're trying to remedy that.
Dispatch vacancy and maybe an anticipated, some people going on leave.
Yeah, that's three that are anticipating a medical leave.
Is that,
Going on it right now.
is that apps for that dispatch position closed already?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get interviews today.
Oh, okay.
Anything else on bills? Okay, can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Roxanne, call the roll.
You have to make a motion to pay the bills, don't you?
Oh, do we?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Are we okay on the adjournment motion?
Sure.
Did we get that? You want to call the roll?
Jeff M?
Yes?
Ken?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Jeff C?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
We are adjourned, and I don't think I messed up anybody's names tonight for the first